Hello, hello, it's DNN Dave. I hope everybody is doing well. I wanted to come to you today and provide a introduction to a new command line interface for DNN Platform. This was actually launched about 5 or 6 months ago, but I've had it on my list to do a nice introductory video live stream for this so that you can see exactly how easy it is to get started with custom extension development in DNN Platform. I hope you like this channel. I hope you like the content that I'm bringing to you. If you do, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on your notifications for this channel so you'll be notified whenever new live streams are coming out. Also, please be sure to comment below and let me know of any content that you would like to see in the future for episodes or interviews or tutorials or walkthroughs or chats, you name it, and we'll try to get it on the schedule. Well, without further ado, I want to talk about this DNN CLI. This is a command line interface that allows you to quickly get up and running for any type of custom extension development you may have. And it's really just a way to get it done quickly and in an environment that you may be already familiar with and using tools there. So let me share my screen over here, and what you'll want to do is go out to npmjs.com. Many of you know that this is a popular site for packages of different types that can be consumed very easily and set up in your environment to use. So DNN CLI has been published to NPM to make it freely available out there for you to easily use and to set up in your environment. If you're interested in the code for DNN CLI, you can also go to github.com/DNN community/DNN CLI, and you'll see the code there that's actually behind all this. The idea, this is really just kind of a starting point for this tool. I envision it going great places. But if you have ideas, please be sure to share ideas out on the issues tab here at GitHub, or let me know if you do run across any bugs or anything in your environment that does need to be fixed, and hopefully we'll get some community contributions in the future as well on this. Well, without further ado, the instructions for installing and using DNN CLI are right here on NPM as well as out on GitHub. And depending on which package management tool you use, whether that be NPM itself or Yarn, which has become a popular tool as well, the process to install it globally in your environment, and globally is just a way to be able to access that from anywhere within your file system and your command line. So typically you would want to install tools like this in a global fashion. But the commands to install are very simple. So I use Yarn in my environment, so that's what I'm going to use to install this today, and I'll give you a quick walkthrough of how this works. So I'm just going to copy this command right here off of NPM, and then I'm going to flip over to a command line interface. Now I'm using PowerShell here, but you're welcome to use command prompt or bash if you're using git bash or whatever other command line tool that you have. So I have created a directory here for a new cool SPA module. Now there are many types of modules that you can, or modules or extensions that you can start developing within DNN, but I'm going to do a SPA module today just to show you how quickly it is to get it up and running. Now I have nothing in this directory, it's clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and install the DNN CLI tool in my environment. So I'm going to paste in what I had copied. So this is yarn global add, and then the actual package name, which is at DNN community/DNN-CLI. I'm going to hit enter, and this will take just a little bit to download and install globally on my machine. There's some dependencies in this that it will need to install in order to be run. but it's a pretty quick process, as you'll see here. And now it is installed. Notice it installed the very latest version, which is 0.3.2. This has not been a version 1 really yet, so treat this like a beta tool. But that is the latest and greatest of this. So now I am able to just type DNN. Now, there are some advanced ways to use this tool and some power using kind of features on it, but I'm going to use it in its basic form, and you'll see that there's actually a nice interface here to walk through the process. So I'll hit DNN. And this is the first time running it. Typically it's really fast, but that first time running it, maybe it's just a little bit slow coming up. So you'll see that I am now prompted for what type of extension I want to create. And by default, module is selected here, since it's probably one of the more commonly used extension types that are being developed. But you can scroll through this by hitting your up and down arrow and choose the extension type that you would like to start with. So we've got quite a few here, and even to the point of custom, and we'll get into that in a later episode here, but I'm going to choose module. And at this point, some extension types have types within those, and in this case these are different module development patterns that people prefer. Some people like single page applications, some people like model view controller type pattern, or even the old web forms based, and I've even seen some Razor 3 type modules out there. We have those as well for you, so you choose which one you would like. And what I'm going to do before I hit enter here is I'm going to open up my Windows Explorer over here as well. And you'll see that I have this same path that I am in here showing over in my Windows Explorer. And I'll just refresh here just to show you that it is empty. Okay, I'll come back over to here, and now I'm going to hit enter. And what it's going to do is, you'll see all the files just showed up over here. It has a complete full-blown starter project, everything scaffolded out for you for a single page application type module in DNN. At this point, you can open up Visual Studio and get going on creating a new custom module, or just using this for a learning tool. But you see how fast and easy that is to get started. Create a folder. Well, first install DNN CLI, and you only have to do that once unless you're upgrading. And then create a folder to create your project in, run DNN, and it'll prompt you through the process of what extension type that you would like to develop. And that's all there is to it. It's fantastic, and I encourage you all to give it a spin and check it out. One other thing that I will point out on this introductory stream here is that there are many starter projects that have been created out on the DNN community actual GitHub site. So if you go to github.com/DNN community, and then here you can actually search in the Finder repository here for the word starter and then dash, and you'll see all sorts of projects that are here that may help you know where that code is actually at. So all of this is free and open source as well. So if you do find any issues with any of these specific, we're using the starter-module-spa here, but if you do find any issues with these, you're welcome to post an issue there, or if you need some help getting started with any of these. They're not all done right now, but a lot of the more popular ones are done at this point. So feel free to use these, explore, learn how to do some new cool stuff that you haven't done before, and you see how easy it is to get started. So you don't have to start from scratch these days. There's people that have done a lot of great work here to be able to give you a great starting point. Now, you won't see a lot of examples within these starter projects. These are real bare bone type projects that give you the bare minimum of what you absolutely need in order to do a custom extension in DNN. So don't expect it to be more advanced kind of examples of how to do this and that. It's more of a great starting point to where you don't have to do use some more advanced open source project out there and then have to work backwards from that to clean it up for your particular use case of it. So this really just gives you a nice clean start to get started. Now, I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications icon down there so you'll be notified of the future. But I really appreciate it, and I hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day. We'll see you next time.